Well, hey guys, Big A coming to you live this morning from the station camp Greenway. I got an email from a guy yesterday and he said, Big A, he said, your enthusiasm is contagious. And I started laughing. You know, I think it is. And he said, why are you always so happy? And I said, because I choose to be. There's this little 8th grade boy that plays basketball at my granddaughter's school, and I enjoy watching them every Monday and Thursday night. This little kid is the happiest kid I've ever seen. He's always smiling, he's always laughing, he's always clapping his hands. He's got a grin on his face, and it keeps me laughing all the time because the kid is so happy. Last night I had dinner with my granddaughter. We went Christmas shopping, and I asked her about him, and she called his name. I forget his name right now. She said, Big A, he's always that way. She said, even in school, we'll say something about, he'll say, hey, you know, maybe that's the case, but at least this is still happening. And he's always got a positive word. He's always got this encouragement. That's the way we choose to be. You can choose to be that way if you want. There's bad things happen, and I feel bad, quite honestly. Many mornings I get up and I'm like, oh my goodness, I feel bad, but I choose to be happy. I choose to make that choice. And I want you to do that as well. I want you to make those choices in life that are difficult sometimes, but I want you to choose to be happy as well. The thing I want to talk to you about this morning is work-life balance. First of all, that's kind of a myth. There's not a such thing. Roy Vaden wrote a great book called Procrastinate on Purpose. If you hadn't read it, you need to get it. By the way, Roy, send me a royalty for promoting your book. I know you're in our community. I'm just teasing with you. It's a great book. Roy lives here in Nashville, and he gave us the book, and we went through it in the community. And what he talks about in the book is procrastinating on purpose is making choices. We've got to make choices. We got to prioritize. We got to put the big rocks in first. And that's what I've chosen to do in my work-life balance, if you will, is to choose the things that I do and don't do. Now I've got good news and I got bad news. The good news is that you can get some semblance of order in your work-life balance. The bad news is that feeling never goes away. It's not totally eradicated. I don't care what level you've reached. I don't care what degree of success you've had. I don't care how much money you've got. It just changes. The dynamics change. The things that you're working for change. And you always have to be striving to set parameters and boundaries and guidelines. And that's what I've chosen to do. January 1st, 2016, soon to be a year, I chose to only work 4 days a week. Now I want to report back to you. I want to tell you how that's gone. It's gone amazing. And quite honestly, I think I've gotten more accomplished working 4 days a week than I did 5 days a week. And the reason is because I'm paying attention more now. I don't procrastinate as much. I don't say, well, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it the next day. I'm like, no, I can't, because if I'm going to take off on Friday, I've got to get it done today. So I'm just here to report. If you're on the fence and you're struggling, deciding, if you're at an age and a point in life where you think you can scale back, you'll get as much done, if not more. But the thing that I want to talk to you is about that balance, if you will, which I call it priorities after reading Roy's book, is that you've got to decide what time to go home, when to quit, when to stop. There's perfectionism going on inside of you that you think you've got to make it 100%, and it causes workaholics in our community today. You're the first person at work, you're the last person to leave, you think you've got to do this or that to accomplish your goals and your dreams. And you need to evaluate why you're doing what you're doing. There's even books out there about it. One of them's called Chained to My Desk. You ought to get that book and check it out. It's really a vice. We hold on to these things for various reasons. Sometimes you guys are working really, really hard because you have to. You've gotten yourself in a financial position to where you have to work extra. That's okay. I'm not getting on to you, but devise a plan, devise a strategy by which you can get out of that. Get some help, get some accountability, get people around you that can help you work your plan. Many of you, though, are working to just achieve more. You just want to accomplish more. You just want to get more stuff, if you will. That's what will hold you there long term. That work-life balance will become more difficult, and you won't necessarily be doing it just for the money, but it'll be for more accomplishment, more recognition. You want to feel better about yourself. There's a self-esteem problem maybe, and you're trying to fill it, this void, with work. And you got to just be really careful, and you got to evaluate what you're doing. And let me tell you what's coming if you don't pay attention to this. There's going to be strained relationships. You and your wife or you and your husband are not going to get along well because you're not going to know each other because you're spending all your time at the office. You're also causing a lot of stress on your children. And you're also modeling for your children the way that they should live their life. You're the example for their life as they get older. And if you're hearing from your kids, dad's never there, or you're hearing from your wife, you're never at home for dinner, you need to pay attention to those. Those are warning signs, because you're going to be emailing me, hiring me as your coach to help get your relationship back together. And I want to keep from that happening. I don't want you to have those problems in your relationships and in your marriage. We got to pay attention. You got to build boundaries. So whatever that is for you, I don't know what that is. I work hard. I love to work. I'm guilty. I hold my hand up. I'm one of the guys that struggles with this each and every day because I love what I do. I love to talk to you guys. I love to coach. I love to do the mastermind groups. I love to do the community. And I have to set boundaries up and say, you know what? Monday through Thursday, it's 5 o'clock. I cut my office lights out. I pull the door to and I go home. And even when I get home, I'm just being totally honest with you. It's hard sometimes not to pull that laptop back out or get that phone. But we got to build boundaries. I've got a wife, thankfully, that loves me, that keeps me in check. And she says, maybe it's enough for today. I'm like, you're right. I've made a commitment. I'm going to do these things. But it doesn't go away. We have to have constant help and support in these areas. Get an accountability group, get a mastermind group, get in a community, get around people that can help you keep this work-life balance, if that's what you want to call it. Make your priorities the important things in life. And I promise you the dividends will be amazing if you will build those boundaries. We have a wife that didn't sign up for a husband to work 14, 16 hours a day. We have children that don't have a choice, and they're living the way you are prescribing. And I want to encourage you to spend time with those children so that they then know how to lead their families well, so that they have a dad that they can count on, so that they have a mom that they can count on. We need to live life to its fullest, and we can't do that if we're spending all of our time at work. You guys have a great day. Big A here. I got about a mile left, and I got to get to work. Have a good one. We'll see you.